let's get to it. Welcome to Resi Studio. Again, this is a recap of week 2 of GameDevHQ intensive training. There was a lot of materials this week. I'm not kidding you. 2 of the videos were almost 2 hours long. I'm actually grateful that I am accustomed to see videos at 2x speed. I learned so much this week that at the same time I'm like, how can I implement this? My mind went blank a couple of times. And yes, I am tired. Whew. So, how do we begin this recap? Well, I will show you the task of week 2. So these are the tasks that were given to us by week 2, in which we needed to focus on camera controller and the tower placement, in which with the camera controller we need to have smoother moving camera, WSAD panning controls, bound respective for the playing field, zoom in and out using the scroll wheel, and use the mouse to move up and down, left and right of the screen. This took me roughly like, I will say 1 hour. So I'm gonna give you a quick testing of how the camera actually works. Right? Panning down. See? So for the scrolling wheel, all I did was to actually have access to the field of view of the camera. So it was easy to implement. So, tower placement. I brute forced that task like you have no idea. I had like more than 200 lines of code and it was beautiful. Optimization part was actually the hardest thing to implement. So this is how it works. For now, I just press 1 and I have access to one of the weapons. If I press 2, then I have the other one section. The yellow radius is actually telling you what's the attack range that each weapon has. So I'm going on top of one of the position and the particle turns red, giving you the visual representation that you can have, and you can put a tower on top of it. I'll just press left click, sorry, and I'll put one of my towers. So again, if I try to place another tower or different one on top already, it's not giving me permission because that spot is not available. Again, if I'm going to another spot over here, if I want to change it, let me change the camera. There you go. Place it here and done. Now, if I try something else that, hey, I have a available position here, I'm gonna place the tower. I am not able to place the tower because I don't know if you can see it, but below where does the console, it says that I cannot place the tower because I don't have the funds to place it. So that's actually one of the tasks were given to us, and right click to stop the selection. Let me show you how the script actually works. So to complete the task, I made 2 scripts that are the ones that are gonna work the tower placement, and it's giving you the indication that it's a spot available. I have a tower placement behavior and I have a available spot manager. So at first, it's always an encouragement to actually brute force your code and then optimize it. Yes, it's a little hassly, but that's how you approach any given task. Once you have an idea that is working, then little by little you tweak it a little. They were encouraged us to use in week 2 a lot of event system. Now, event system, I have heard of them in the past, but I was never putting in practice in any of my projects, so this is the first time, and that's very hard to actually wrap my mind around the event system. So for example, this is an event system on get spot available. Here I'm declaring it and I'm telling him, I'm screaming in a way that I have a spot available, who wants it. Now the tower placement behavior, he's the one that is going to be listening and telling him, okay, do I have a spot available? So the only thing that I need to change right now is to remove this on trigger enter, because it's the one that is changing that the spot is available depending if there's a tower, since each of them has a collider. So I was encouraged to actually try to eliminate this. So that's what I'll be working on for today, and add the panning of the camera. I need to actually find a way to explain in more details what I'm doing in my code. So because I see it, I understand it, but I still haven't acquired the talent to actually explain what's going on. So that's actually a very bad thing for me, but little by little, I think I'm working on it. But right now, I cannot explain anything because I'm tired. But this week too actually took me by surprise, and I was actually, the first time I saw the text, I was a little bit of afraid. I think that's the thing about this intensive training, that first you're like, no, 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 I cannot do this, and then you're like, oh, that's the exciting part. Because at first when I was using the event system, it didn't want to work for the life of me. I do not know why. Once I got into a call for one of the instructions, the coaching call, that he showed me an example, I was like, that was that was what I was missing. Yeah, I was like 90%. If it wasn't for the coaching call, I was like, I'm stuck. It's actually nice. Once you dive in for any this whole situation, you're gonna get experience, and this is what I like. I think that's it for week 2 recap. Again, I need to actually see how can I recap this more appropriately. Once again, thank you for hearing me out. Until the next one, have a lovely day.